Okay,
Now-
now we're seeing it. Go right ahead, sir.
Okay, all right. Get rid of, Okay, so as I said, we while our services are used by people of all groups and ages, we are particularly we trained and certified in working with seniors during their move, because it's a particularly stressful time and for seniors. So we're trained and certified in working with them. As I mentioned, I wanted to share with you. So if you go to our website, for example, there is just a wealth of information. First of all, it will explain to you the services that we provide, relocation, downsizing, decluttering, etc. And you see this little link, click here for your video solution. That brings up just a sampling of the types of information.
Sorry to interrupt again, but now we're still seeing the PowerPoint. We're not seeing the website that you're guiding us through. Might be because you saved it a
Share.
tab versus the whole screen.
Resume share. It went off for some reason. Okay. You see in the website?
We are not at this point. We are still seeing the presentation.
Huh. This is embarrassing.
Well, we're not live streaming,
No
so
worries.
we can edit it. Everything happens for a reason. While George is pulling this up, I can let you know that my mom, unfortunately, with my dad passing, is in a 4-bedroom home that she's trying to get ready to put on the market. Her approach is, I had 5 kids for a reason. You kids are going to do everything. And we couldn't help but couldn't wait to introduce her to George and let George help her along the way. So very excited to have George assisting my mom in some process of this, even though she insists I have 5 kids for a reason. But George is just great, and I'm sure I'll have great things to say as he helps transition her through this process. There we go.
Okay. Wow. That was painful. Okay, so anyway, the website is not quite as painful as that was. So as I was mentioning, there is just a wealth of information. This little tab down here, click here, will bring up some of the pieces of information that you can find on the website. We have, this is a blog. Exercises for seniors, don't throw them out. So you can see here, power of attorney explained. These are all things that are of interest to people who are selling their home and moving. And again, just is it the right time to downsize? Just a wealth of information. The website or the Facebook page also, same links to the same information. We also, one of the main services that we provide is we run estate sales and auctions so that people can liquidate the contents of their home. When we run an estate sale or auction, we advertise in all of the major estate sale portals like estatesales.com and estatesales.net, etc. But we also have our own national or international portal for websites. So this is what CTBIDS, Carrying Transitions Bids website looks like. So if you are thinking of liquidating, this is a place that you can go to, and I just want to So if I wanted to find, oh, I don't know, lamps. I'm looking for a lamp to buy. This would bring up all the various lamps that are up for bid right now. So that is, that's just a quick overview. What I wanted to and also explain to you is, let me see. Am I back on the screen?
Yes, you are. Right now, we're still seeing your the
CTBIDS.
Stop share. There we go.
Now we see it. There you go.
Okay. So here's what I wanted to get to and explain to you. As you saw, there's a lot of information on our website and Facebook, and the opportunity is there for each of you to contribute to the blogs, for example. Alana, for example, I keep thinking of you for Pilates for seniors.
Yep.
Jeannie's not here today, but maybe an article on personal security. Those opportunities I make them available to you. They have to be informational. They can't be sort of a self-promotion, but you do, of course, get full credit for so the tagline at the end would be, this information was presented by Alana, and you can find her at this website or, whatever. So you will get full credit for it, but the information itself must be of something informational that you read in a magazine or something. So that opportunity is there. Again, the audience is seniors. We classify those as 55 and above who are moving, but we also market ourselves to again, anybody that's moving, people who are getting divorced, people who are simply downsizing, etc. So if those markets are something that might appeal to you, in fact, I keep referring to Alana because I keep thinking of you with it when it comes to this. It could even be a short video.
Well, thank you.
And we'll put the video up on our website. So that's sort of what I had to show you today. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties on my end here, but hopefully it gives you a little more depth interview on or insight on what Caring Transitions has available, the types of information, and how you can take advantage of some of that.
I know I can also say that I've taken advantage, and George has interviewed me, and it went really well. I enjoyed it, and was able to expose some of the things. He has some great questions that are targeted to his community. So I took advantage and had a video.
Yeah, we believe that by just providing information rather than just promoting the company, draws more people to the website and gets us a much larger audience. And also with Facebook, we get we get hundreds of hits between LinkedIn and Facebook and a week, and most of our referrals are coming from Google searches. So there is exposure out there.
George, I've got a question. I'm just curious, what percentage of your clients are the actual homeowners versus someone like Dennis, who was there because he needed to take care of stuff from his parents?
That's a good question, and it opens up opportunities too for some of you. That's a great question. I would say half of them are the actual homeowners, and the other half, and I'm being very broad brush here, the other half are the children of the homeowner who may have passed. So the children are left to liquidate the estate. The homeowner just may be going into assisted living and is is 85 years old and the son is taking care of this for her. So it's about half and half. The opportunity there is you're also looking then at an audience that is not 80, but that is, maybe in their late 30s, 40s, even 50s, that are going to come into a windfall of money when they sell this house. So for financial advisors out there, it's an opportunity.
George, I have a question for you. I said this before. I said this before when I did your review on the relax teams, but I wish I knew you when I had to help transition my grandma and some of my great aunts, and it is such a huge undertaking when an older person has to move out of their house, or they pass and they have to. And you said that your team is specially trained. So I just wanted to know if you could kind of highlight a couple of things of what that means, because it's such a sensitive subject, if the person is still alive and they're moving out of their home to assisted living,
Right.
that poses a lot of, its own difficulties. And if someone's in Dennis's situation, I mean, he still has his mom, but if the mom and dad pass and the kids are taking care of things, there's so many family heirlooms and things that it's just a very sensitive subject. So when you say you're specially trained, what types of things do you mean?
Okay, well, thanks. That's a great question. Thank you. I'm just looking here. I know we are CRTS certified, and I have to keep reminding myself, certified relocation and transition specialist. So we go through this recognized certification and to get certified. A lot of it comes down to personality. We have a staff that really, when we walk into a consultation, which is where it starts, we want to assess the situation so that we can develop a plan that makes the most sense for that particular individual, because everybody's needs are different. Making the most sense means that it accomplishes what they want to accomplish at the least possible cost, believe it or not. And we have a team that when I hire, the one thing I want to hear, I don't care about what somebody's background is, I want to hear an empathy for seniors, quite frankly. And we go in with that mindset that we're here to help make this very difficult transition as stress-free and as easy as possible. And a real bond forms there. As far as estate sales, et cetera, we're not a certified auction house. I'm not anyway. But we work every day with people in the industry. We go in and we appraise your whatever you have in your house, so that if we suggest to you that we're going to do an estate sale, pretty much exactly what that means in terms of what is the cost and what are the benefits to you. How much are you going to potentially, how much revenue are you going to bring in? So I'm not sure, Rochelle, if that answers the question or not, but yeah, you're right. It's a very difficult time. And unless you've gone through it, you really, I can tell you, I think I've said this before, people who have gone through it, like yourself, and you ask them, how did it go? And you hear things like, it was a nightmare. It was the most horrible experience of my life. It just seems to never, it becomes a full-time job. And that's what we're there to take pieces of that from you and help you get through it.
Great. I think that answers my question. And just the fact you said you hire for empathy, and that's so important. Before I opened my practice, I worked for a practice that basically we only worked with seniors. I did that for the last 6 years. And when I hired therapists, that was one of the main things I looked for. I mean, I could always train them to do, they had to be a PT, speech therapist or occupational therapist, but I could train them to do what we did at my company. But it was so important to have that connection and that empathy for seniors, because it's so important. And they're such a special group of people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And George, I think too, that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited to have you working with and talking to my mom, is because again, it's for my mom, it's not about the stuff. It's not just the stuff with her. It's the emotion of losing someone she was with for 63 years, for being in the home she was with for 53 years. She has no desire to move out, but she knows she has to. And she's smart enough to know she has to, but emotionally, she's still going through everything. And I think your empathy is what I'm most excited about. And the approach that you guys take, I think, is wonderful, because we can get anyone in there to move shit and sell shit. That's not what she wants. Sorry.
Right, right. And by the way, we're the only company that I'm aware of that, I mean, there are companies out there who do estate sales, and there are companies out there who will clean out your house, you know, empty it out so that it can be sold. We're the only company I'm aware of that does all of that. So you don't have to deal with multiple people and companies coming into your home. And you're right. You know, the thing that I don't think a lot of people realize is that you reach a point in life where you can reach a point in life, and many seniors do, where they're starting to question their own self-worth. I mean, you know, right, you've lost a spouse, you've lost, and you know, that's very important to take into consideration and to make them feel part of the process, and frankly enjoy the process as it goes along. But that in itself is kind of the it's a very emotional job.